Okay, hello everybody. Welcome Matthew Vandevender, Lidzel, Tolode, Lexi, Bronchio Pachor, and Codename Selection. Yes, I did, and I'm listening to Sims 2. So about the name, the E. Let's see. So Lexi asks, have I thought about it? The reason why it's there, and maybe it doesn't need to be anymore. I did, it's sort of a legacy thing. Oh, let's see what Compass replied to my devlog. This sounds good. Okay. But the game used to be called Relativity. Hey, Praetorian and Flint Steel, White Rice. Welcome, everybody. When it was called Relativity, I had the backwards E, like here. How do I even... And, I think that was to... I kept the backwards E to, kind of maintain a kind of thread throughout with the text. But then what happened was I actually totally forgot that it's there. Like at Indicate E, someone talked about the backwards E, and I was like, "What backwards E?" Like it sort of blends in very well. It does feel a little 80s, but hey, Ololoa, welcome. But I think that should be okay. We'll see. I always have a problem with the game when I'm showing it at events, especially with Sony, because more just the logo, because most games will have like kind of fancy logos below game. Like this works well on a black background, and I don't have that. But maybe that's fine to be super subtle. Yeah. Anyway, let me open up the window. So, because it alludes to the core mechanic. That's right, Lidzel. It was cool to stop by and see you stream today. Okay, so what are we working on today? Some updates in terms of development. Starting to contact press for E3. Oh yeah, I feel like the E just feels like a mistake. Interesting. Huh. What? You replaced your coffee grinder with a piece of plastic. Oh, your coffee grinder. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, that's very cool. Oh, that's what happened. Oh, interesting. Did you have to model it, or you were able to download it? Oh, I'm guessing it's this part. Oh, that's pretty sick. Whoa, that's pretty awesome. The things we do for coffee. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's... Alright, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and just let everyone know that we're now live. Damn, what kind of 3D printer do you use? And how did you get I guess you just had to get the dimensions right? Because I had like the summer I had oh, so this is a very funny thing. Someone said Loch Ness said I love your work, but I think colors are not your strength. Maybe something more subtle can be efficient on gameplay part. Don't worry, random Loch Ness. I will be spending time doing color correction eventually. Yeah, I was supposed to have, I had access to one, but I didn't. It was like, you had to make sure everything was seamless when you model it and all that, and I just didn't get around to fixing it. Flux Delta. Oh, very cool. This is the one. Oh, this is a nice one. Is the most versatile 3D printer, which combines 3D printing, 3D scanning, laser engraving, and more functions in just one machine. Man, this is pretty cool. Okay, I think the one I had was like it was like a box instead. This looks really sleek. Do they come in white? Because that's that is really the important question. Use calipers to get. Oh, I see. Damn, man, you've got a pretty solid setup. Well, yeah, it fixed the got his coffee this morning as a result. What do you mean isn't there, what else is there besides the printing part? You should be printing off, I think you're supposed to be printing off parts of your coffee grinder, your printer. You're supposed to be printing off parts of your printer when it's working, so you have a backup. All right. This is the future. Coffee grinder breaks in the morning. Model and 3D print your own part. And except in a few years, Lexi, you'd probably get arrested for doing something like that. Oh shit, laser engraver and a 3D scanner. I see. Do you have problems with the flat surfaces being, and Lexi, what program do you use to model? Because when I was looking at one this summer, I remember you could do everything in Maya, but then eventually you had to bring it into this other piece of software to like clean up. They do that. I thought, hey, Max P. Fennec, hello. Toadload, I also, by the way, I think it's your first time here. Ololoa, I feel like I've seen you around here before. And, no, I was just kidding. It's more the, yeah, it was like the, didn't a few years ago, one of those coffee machines, you could only use, like, their approved coffee, and now they got the taco machine. Yeah, no. Model things for printers makes everything easy and editable, right? Oh, that's interesting. I wonder at which point companies would just start, probably never, but providing the 3D models for replacements parts, because, well, I suppose their incentive is just to get you to buy a new one. It's kind of cool that fixing stuff has kind of come back around, because I feel like it used to be if your TV broke, you could kind of like open it up and just get the replacement part. But nowadays, they like super glue these things together, and like with the iPad, they just replace it. And I wonder how much of the 3D printing culture is going to replace that. Well, oh, awesome. From Twitter. Well, I'm so glad that you were able to join in today. By the way, I also have so I'm moving them into my company business YouTube account, and I need to get better at it, but I am going to be archiving them by month. Especially now, like, I'll get a little better at it, and eventually I will have a playlist for everything over, but yeah, I'm gonna start separating them by month from now on, just because we're doing so many of them frequently that it's kind of like crazy to catch all of them. Hey, Max B. Fennec, thank you for the follow. Matthew Vander, always the optimist. Yeah, but I think they'll just want you to buy a new one. Okay, so we are going to make the windows. This is up for D. Ooh, I hope this one works. Actually, one of the things I'd like to do after this game, one of the many projects, is working on like 3D printed farm equipment. Or I think there was that football player. No, this is not. We're not looking at screenshots. The football player that is doing like open source farming tools, which I think is pretty cool. About like kind of taking back the power. Which one is it? Office Cyber, thank you for the follow. Everybody wants to be in control. As many as they allow. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, they're sort of, actually it's funny because Bandcamp was talking about today that they don't do music streaming. This one, what's the size of this? This is 4056. 4056. Oh, by the way, I want to shout out to Maruto-chan. I don't know if he's here today, but Maruto-chan gave me my first Twitch donation. By the way, that stuff is not obligatory at all. But I don't know. It was just kind of cool. I wasn't really expecting it. But thank you. It really means a lot that to have your support. That's really wonderful. So I don't know if you're watching, but I just want to say that that's very. Means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it, and thank you. So, alright, so what we were doing is we're making these windows ceiling pieces for, no wait, so this is section, this should be D. Maybe they charge you extra for giving you the rights to 3D print parts, some kind of premium deal with enough money. Yeah, 3D print yourself some money. Except money will all be in our fingers. Yeah. Yeah, but that stuff is really, honestly, only a matter of time. The precision and size stuff. I mean, it's just kind of cool. Like, Lexi had a very ordinary problem, coffee grinder breaking, and that's just being able to fix that enough that you don't have to get a new one and can make your coffee, I think, is pretty cool. I mean, that's like... That's the stuff of science fiction movies 20 years ago. Print yourself some fingers. Codename Selection, thank you for the follow. Alright, this is, okay, so we want to make sure that this is actually in the same group. Same thing, D, Anyway, it's pretty exciting to see a lot more devs streaming now. Co-op mode is doing it. So Lidzel is also streaming development. Currently working on a Unity game. Early stages, but that's pretty much where we all start. Hey, Jacket A. Hello, welcome to the stream. Let me know if it's Jakit, or I guess Jake, like Jake T-A, or Jacket. Alright, so we want to go ahead and place these windows. Again, eventually we'll organize the hierarchy here a little better. This is also going to have problems with the placement of these things, because obviously I don't want them on top of the windows. Second one, Jacket A. Awesome, Cyber, and if you're new, feel free to introduce yourself. Tell us, you know, who you are. Well, whatever you're comfortable with sharing, of course. But you know, if you're a game developer, full-time or hobbyist, or just interested in gaming, how did you find out about the channel? You know what's crazy is I got a laser printer, not a 3D printer, but that a few years ago seemed very much out of reach. Like you had to be a company to have one, and that's been way better than my. I try not to print a whole lot of stuff, but that often happens just because of with a lot of legal contracts and stuff. But the cool thing is, anyway, it's worked way better than an inkjet printer, and it's not always constantly breaking. I think it was only like $80. Dweebster 666, hello, welcome. What is this, Matthew? Holy cow, is this Dollhouse? Jeez, that's a nicer kitchen than mine. Super bounce ball maze. is to go indie, but only made it 90% so far. What do you mean? What do you mean by 90%, Dreepster66? Like the game is 90% done, or you're 90% on the way towards your plan? New to indie game development, but been coding computers for 20 years. Very cool. Tree on the oven? Well, if you're developing games, you're a game developer. I guess I can call myself a game developer. Yesterday I left my job now and we'll start. Oh man, congratulations, Jacket 8. How are you feeling? That's a really, really big step. Welcome to indie game dev full-time. And I wish you all the best. Definitely, is this your first time going indie? Like, are you working with a team? Important little games. Hello. Nervous but happy to do it. Yes. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. There's gonna be some challenging times ahead, but I think it's ultimately very rewarding. And it's important to. I think the key is you want to find a community, whether that's online or local, where you live. Having a group of people that sort of understand that process is very, very important. Made 10% of your goals, so I earned 1/10 of what I need. I see, got it. It's a very, very practical approach. Yeah, Dweebster60, I think that sounds like Whitaker Trabella. He made, Rob Lockhart, what's remind me what Pivot and oh man, I'm blanking on his games. They all start with P. Polymer, but he made Polymer Pivot while he was a full-time music teacher. Did those part-time, taught himself how to code, and then eventually sort of he was able to, I think last year, able to go full time, and he's very much, he does, smaller games, but I think he keeps that cycle of like, it's sort of just what he can, like it's totally bootstrapped, and he's doing stuff just within his ability, just like a little bit out of his abilities each time, but a shorter dev cycle, and I think that takes a lot less risks. Hey, Jim Bob the Lad, any tips for learning Unity? Just download it and start making something. I really think that is the best way to do it. Look at code, look at the example projects that they've included, try to reverse engineer that stuff. Okay, this is, C. Jackie, working with a team, it's a project we started some time ago and been working on it on my free time, and now we have the opportunity to focus on it 100%. Awesome! That's actually, going for a team is great. So, it's really great to hear that you will have that structure around you. So congrats. A pilot here, that's it. They all start with P. Jacket, do you have a name of the game? Have you guys announced it yet? Jim Bob dead. Yeah, oh yeah, right. It depends on, do you know how to code already? If you know how to code already, that's very helpful. Bassy Dev, what grid plugin do I use, or is it just Unity I? It's ProGrid and ProBuilder. It's a great start on Polymer. That's kind of what I'm doing to decide on my current job. Is my last save it some money, go 100% help for this year. Yeah, so you should hit him up. I don't think Wit streams, but he's a really nice guy. Does his own music too, and yeah, he's sort of a great example, right? Because he didn't know how to code and just taught himself and did it in like a very smart, conservative manner, which I think is good. these two. YouTube lead. Wit Trabella, yep. Yeah, and feel free to reach out to Wit. Yeah, like I said, great guy, based here in Chicago. And I think he sort of seems to have done what you're working on right now. Okay, well, Jim Bob the Dead, I don't think it will be very difficult for you to learn Unity then. We have a playable world already. Wait, Jacket A, did you say you found the game? Wait, you didn't list the name. Yeah, ProGrids, ProBuilder, they're wonderful. If you're getting one, you really should get the other. Well, definitely get ProBuilder if you're doing 3D, and if you're using ProBuilder, you'll want to use ProGrids. They just go really well together. Pita. Yeah. But that kind of gets to the more advanced side of things. Yeah. The PNG, that's a ceiling. So there's a few things coming up, by the way, some deadlines for those of you that might be interested. Indie Mega Booth for PAX Prime, the deadline for that is June 3rd. PAX Prime PAX 10 submission, that's May 23rd. Indiecade, late deadline now. Unfortunately, you missed the regular deadline, but the late deadline is, I think, June 1st, and that is, it's a little more expensive. I think it's like 150 instead of 110. And there's the Intel Level Up competition, that's May 24th. Yeah, that's some upcoming game submission deadlines. Also check out Promoter. That's a really great website that will remind you of upcoming stuff like that. Whether or not you feel like that is beneficial is a slightly different topic, but they can certainly work as, at the very least, I think they can work as good milestones for internal development. We play with Gravity and some abstract worlds, and doing research about what was on the market and is how I found this. Oh, I see. Working on this project is how I discovered relativity. Okay, so you've known about the project for a while, because we changed the name to Manifold Garden last September. So people who even know of the game as Relativity, it's like that's been about a year. Wonderful. But you guys don't have a game there yet. Wait, did you post? Yes, definitely. Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff I would love to see changed. Anyway, kind of a lot of talk about subscription models for games. I kind of wanted to see what people here in the chat think about that. You know, certainly with Bandcamp, so I try as much as possible to buy music from Bandcamp. I like just owning albums. I don't like how Apple is moving towards full streaming. I don't like buying music on iTunes mostly because they lock you out. You can only have it on like 5 computers. And the thing is, you know, so music I bought like, well, in college, you know, I changed several computers since then, you know, with desktop, laptop, and now some of that music I can't get a hold of anymore. And I'm sure there's a way to figure that out, but I'm also like I don't want to like read through all this stuff when I can just get the music, you know, when it's just music. So there shouldn't be technical difficulties with just trying to listen to music that I paid for. So, anyway, I think it works well for stuff like Netflix. But, the game is called Etherborn. Oh man, okay, wait, so you know we're out the game since 2014. Wow, you've been filming this game for a while. Very cool. Apple is not, they later denied it, but it sort of is like, you know, it's perhaps a sign of things to come. Yeah. Although, you know, Matthew, I don't think you have to worry too much about editor with your game, right? I can't imagine there being too many objects. Jim, why am I in orthographic? So, okay, I get that a lot, and it's just because, in perspective, it's really hard for me to see the relative sizes of everything. Like, is that the same, you know, but if I do orthographic, everything is the exact same size, and that makes it a lot easier for me to work with. I actually don't understand why people don't, Oh, wait a minute, you didn't know I played with Gravity. Oh no, the Gravity is, that's what it started off as. So it's just really hard to get a size of like, is this and that the same size? It's really hard to see that. This is a little bit too bright. I wish Unity had a separate adjustment for scene lighting versus lighting in the game. You know, like, because I want it kind of darker in the game, but when I'm working on it, I want it pretty bright. P-Fist, hello, welcome. And Ray March, don't know if I said hello to you, but yes, hello. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream and you're new, remember to follow. I don't know if anybody noticed the really, really cool social media overlay. I think it's over on that side. It is pretty neat. I just added that today. Game is, let's check this out. Etherborn. Altered matter. Oops, your page cannot be found. Oh, looks cool. This looks very interesting. It's a third-person game. Let's take a look at these. Oh, I see. This is the transparent skin. It's trying to be more of a Gravity Rush. Yeah, it looks a lot more like Monument Valley, I think, than Manifold Garden. Mostly just, I think, in your choice of colors. Like, these are very Monument Valley colors. I don't know if I think the curvature looks cool. Yeah, how big is the team? Okay, 3D Monument Valley. Yeah, 3D Monument Valley and Gravity Rush. Codename selection looks very pretty. Anyway, I hope games doesn't become a subscription service. That I don't think that's a good thing. Aaron, thank you for the host. Really appreciate it. By the way, Aaron easily is a painter based, I believe, in Texas, and he streams also in the creative channel, and he's totally got a good Bob Ross vibe going on. So if you guys are looking for something relaxing, hey, Smitty McWet biscuits, and I've been stuffed in a locker. Wow, thank you for the raid, guys. I'm assuming this is a raid from guys. I should be stuffing people inside lockers, but welcome everybody. Welcome, Smitty McWet biscuits. So yeah, let's actually go into the game and show what everybody, all these new people, what the game is about. Yeah, I used to be a locker stuffy, and now I'm a locker stuffer. But yes. Smitty McWet biscuits, hello, insert me here, Serafina Lucia, and V4N1SHX, and Piece of Motley. I'm assuming you guys are coming over from some, I showed it! Dude, I'm not kidding around. It turned up. Jim Bob the Lad literally found out this game after it turned up on Twitter, recommended after following Bob Ross Game Dev. Whoever is running that Bob Ross Game Dev account should get an award. It's a, wow, Serafina Lucia, thank you for the follow. Aaron, thank you for the host, and thank you for the raid. Okay, so let's go inside and check out what this game is about. Alright, so for those of you that are new, I'm William. I'm working on this game. It's called Manifold Garden. It's a ultimate face roll. Hello. I just worked my way out of the locker. Yeah, so I'm an independent game developer based in Chicago. I'm currently working on this game. It's called Manifold Garden. If you guys have seen Inception, that scene where Leo starts walking up, they fold Paris in half and start walking up the wall. That, but this is the scene I'm talking about, and you see them fold Paris in half, and then this is the part where you see them walk up this this wall, change gravity like that, and that's basically one of the core mechanics that you can do in this game. Is it not me who runs the account? I'm the only person it follows. No comment. Sorry, Jacket A looks like 3 working on it, and full 4 with the musician. Wonderful. Am I going to have any world folding change of the structure? Yeah, I might. That's all going to be like shader tricks that we'll do at the very end. I think I'll save it. Because, you know, for a lot of that ends up being just like, I don't think there'll be mechanics based on dynamic folding changing. It's just going to be like, this is the world. The world now looks slightly different. But yes, welcome everybody who who's new. We're gonna run the game now. So I'm working with Unity. The game's been in development for about 3.5 years. It's coming out for PC and PlayStation 4, hopefully sometime within the next 12 months. So this is what the game looks like. It's heavily inspired by architecture. So I guess Aaron does a lot of architecture-related paintings. So you can walk up to any surface and change gravity. Whoa, it just bounced. On top of that, when you fall off in the world, there's actually there's no death. The world doesn't end. It simply continues on forever. It repeats itself infinitely. So we've got this kind of infinite world with unusual physics, and there's architecture based on this stuff. I'm going to go inside no-clip mode where I can fly around a bit. And so the art style is based on, it's heavily influenced by architecture renderings. Hey, wow, so clutch. Welcome. Yes, very, very trippy. I like to describe it as Monument Valley on drugs. But yeah, bring MC Escher to life. Frank Lloyd Wright, some architecture influences, Frank Lloyd Wright, Tadao Ando. Did I like The Witness? I have mixed feelings about it. The short answer is yes, and the long answer is yes. But there are some things that I kind of would have liked to see it be different. So what we are working on right now, this mechanic. You have these large blocks, and they change. So you can see this blue-red piece, right? What happens is if I change gravity, it will fall accordingly. So this is a giant puzzle that uses these large pieces. The top 2 architects ever lived. Yes, a huge fan of both of their work. I'm actually going to, it's my birthday next week, and I'm going to go visit the Roby House. I'm based in Chicago, and Roby House is this building. So yeah, you can see the windows are heavily inspired by Frank Lloyd Wright patterns. So, I mean, yes, but there are a bunch of things I would have liked to see it do differently. Carlos Scarpa. Okay, thank you, Aaron. Yes, I should, you know what, I gotta pick your brain for more stuff. Yeah, that's the thing at the beginning, and I also had, I'm just not sure I agree with Jonathan Blow's philosophy. Oh, it's not my birthday yet. But thank you, Flint Steel. I think I appreciate it, but not, I don't know if that's quite what I like in games of sort of exploring every permutation. But I think it's very impressive. It's incredibly well designed. I think I'd like to see more games like that. It's definitely like a very important game. Just wasn't the most fun game, but yes, I did really like it. And this is painted. Oh, what? Whoa, yeah. So this is in my neighborhood in Chicago, and I've never been. I'm going to visit, but I love sort of. You can see how with a lot of lines. So this is actually Aaron easily painted this. Aaron does paintings, a lot of it inspired by architecture. And so yeah, let's go inside here. This is kind of one of the things we're looking at. So we've got this one level that players will come out from. And we are trying to make sure to get the view of it right. Yes, I am going to do that. Yeah, Beep to Please, someone else suggested that, and I am going to add that. But, but yes, thank you, Ultimate Face Roll. Yeah, there's a lot of debug commands that I need to add. Just one thing at a time. Why is this? Okay, there we go. Let's go back to our scene view. So, for those of you who don't know, Unity, this is an engine. It's kind of where you build the game. this is what the game looks like. This is what the inside the editor, what it's like while I'm working on it. This is a custom tool that tells me which different gravity directions there are. So I know like the top is a blue surface, and because especially the game, I'm constantly moving around in this 3D space. Okay, we don't need this piece of glass anymore. Do a Habitat 67. Yeah, that's the Montreal location. Yes, that is actually an inspiration. It's just, it's really hard to figure out exactly what is happening with that building. Yeah, and for those of you that came over from Aaron's stream, feel free to introduce yourself, tell us a bit about, you know, what you're up to, as much as you're comfortable with sharing. I think most of the people here in the chat are, not surprisingly, fellow game developers, people interested in game development, people interested in the game. Yeah. And coffee drinkers. So what I'm doing now is I've made some changes to this, and I've hit apply to the prefab. And what prefab does is it's kind of, you can see these things that are lit up as blue. And you can, if you can make changes to one, and that gets applied to all the prefabs. So that's, you don't have to like place 100 different things. You can place one and then just make changes to that and have them all duplicate. Bunch of locker stuffies. Coffee. Tevcio, what is the goal in the game? What is the goal in the game? I'm not sure if you're joking. But it's the goal, like, what is the goal of life? And I think this game has to be existential, because the game is very much an existential game. It's about, it's a metaphor for the last 400 years of physics. You start off learning about gravity, like the way Newton does, and then eventually you explore and you discover and you experiment and you learn. And by the end, you are understanding the very fabric of the shape of the world that you're in. It's about an understanding of the universe and seeking its meaning. So, that is the ultimate goal of the game. But I mean, along the way, you know, you have mini goals, right? You just want to open up this door, you want to get through this part, you want to figure out what's happening there. It's about discovery and exploration. What is the purpose? What is the goal of exploration? But yeah, there's no, you know, it's not like Watch Dogs where some people kill your nephew or something and then you gotta get revenge. So all you have to do is just running, right? No, you are solving puzzles. So there are mechanics to explore. You're walking around, you're falling, you're solving puzzles. There's no killing. And you have to understand how the world works in order to continue. Yeah. Hey, and Hypnion, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yes, I totally agree with you. Ah, wonderful. Yeah, I mean, it's some games that are similar. The Witness, Naissance E, Antechamber, Portal, Starseed Pilgrim. What else? What else? Games. It's hard to talk. And I think one thing that's interesting to me is so often we tend to question games that don't have killing. Because you know when you show people Hotline Miami, cool game, but I think people are not often like, what is the goal of this game? It's like, well, the goal of the game is you just kill people, and yet it seems like we're very. It's like, oh, okay, got it. Say no more. But yeah. Anyway, hey, Mad Store Maline, thank you for the follow. So yeah, that pretty much sums up what this game is about. It's there was this party hard game. What? What is this? Bit Bash. Oh, looks like we got the Bit Bash announcement. 2016. Revel Fulton Market. Very cool. Bit Bash is a game festival that happens here in Chicago. Cool. And I guess Rob is one of the organizers. Rob, and I want to ask you, dev to dev, because I think Bit Bash is cool, but how can it help out developers more? You know, I'm a big component. I think there's a lot of great events that can help developers, especially local events, and I think that's one thing kind of missing in the Midwest. So I'm based here in Chicago. Hey, Zeus Monolith, and I think there's a ton of stuff happening in New York, a ton of stuff happening in the West Coast, San Francisco, certainly with GDC and E3. Lots of opportunities for developers to meet the press, lots of opportunities to showcase games, and I'm kind of wondering how, because Bit Bash is cool, but it also in some ways feels like it's just a big party, and how can there, you know, I like what Indie Popcorn is doing, bringing in streamers and YouTubers and getting games to connect. Part of our mission is to bring attention, but I think there needs to be, yeah, you know, I think what you guys are doing is great, and I'd love to see it more be, because I think what Indie Popcorn is doing is very much more practical and maybe more business, which may not be what Bit Bash is. Zeus Monolith, we are doing more level design. We kind of got some windows on the upper levels. And Clayfaz12, hello, welcome to the stream. First time seeing you here. Feel free to introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about, you know, what you're doing, why you're here. Of course, I think your game has much more demonstrably cool core. Yeah. Right, you end up having the thing of like line puzzles, and yeah, it's just like so many games, especially so many big games, have guns that it's floors, windows. Although what is interesting is the best-selling game. I guess it's probably now Minecraft, but I was thinking, which also isn't focused on killing. What was I thinking? The Sims is a really big game. East Tennessee. Although, is that? Well, yeah, I guess you went out to Handmade Con. That's all the way. See, it's like in Seattle, right? There's not a whole lot of opportunities. Yeah, but I think a lot of what is interesting about Minecraft, and I don't know because I never played it, it seems like it's a lot of people are very interested in the creation stuff, the Lego aspect. Yeah, Bit Bash, it's introduced. I think, like, I'd love to see, you know, and obviously I'm not the one organizing it, so I'm just throwing out ideas. Yeah, like a conference aspect of it would be very cool. Sims 2. Lidzel, what do you think of the expansion packs with The Sims? I kind of wish they didn't do those. I mean, Okay, so we've got... I like this now. I do think... I don't like the way this portal comes out because you do this drop. And I'm not sure how big of a fan I am of that. Although it does... No, it doesn't. I was going to say that it prevents me from moving blocks up, but it doesn't. And then I also have this, like, awkward ledge here, which I don't like. Hey, Office Cyber. Well, thank you for stopping by. It was great having you here. Have I seen the weird shader stuff Puko has been doing? I haven't seen it. I know he's been... Yeah, actually, I think so. Puko shared that here. More Midwest conference stuff would be dope. Yes, RK Sanders, there's, Kansas. I've been to Kansas. I've been to Lawrence, which is very nice. What's mantling? Hey, and by the way, hello, RK Sanders and Tiny Angry Crab. Welcome. Oh, neat. Yeah, I've got the... I play Sim 3, the late night expansion. I'm kind of waiting for some others to go on sale. Okay, that's cool. That's a lot of links. I think we might make this part a little bit longer. Yeah, that's cool. Zeus, how have things been with you? I would imagine Lawrence would have a pretty big scene. Speaking of Kansas. But yeah, I think Indie PopCon is great. I actually think they're doing a lot to bring developers in. Where around Chicago? Yeah, Lawrence is great. I actually did a residency at the Lawrence Arts Center many years ago. So I want to move all these windows to the exterior unique section. I am on the south side of Chicago. Yeah, most of the other game devs are on the north side. But I like it. It's a bit isolated, but I like the isolation. It's a lot quieter here. Not a whole lot going on. You can focus. Alright, nothing really interesting. Going to work on the Fez editor again. Actually, not going to be Fez only for much longer. That's awesome. Seizure inducing. Hey, yeah. In Missouri. Trying to think of, yeah, it's hard. There's not a, I mean, there's not a whole lot of people doing game development, right? So like, it's like, I think in the indie scene, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people doing a hobby, but I think the indie scene might be like 1,000 people. Just talking about people doing that full time, professionally. And hey, Clefaz12, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. And welcome. Welcome. And yeah, for those of you that are new, usually we'll put the little intro bot command. And right, today we are listening to yes, LA. Today we are listening to Sims 2. I just don't think I could ever live in LA because of so much of the driving. Like, I hate being inside cars. And what's great about Chicago is it's very, very livable big city. Oh man, the baby. Well, that's big. That's huge. Congrats on that, by the way. And Hypneon. Will it be the first baby? And that's huge. But don't you know, that's not a. I used to I don't have any kids, but I was playing The Sims and I had some babies, and it was like the difficulty level just like spiked. Like it went from relaxing to like, oh my god, I want to make sure this thing doesn't die. And it got really hard, so I stopped playing. But you got plenty of time, Zeus Monolith. I wouldn't worry about it. For now, you should enjoy being young. Zeus Monolith is like really young, by the way, so like not like high school, I think. But that's cool. So yeah, you'll have plenty of time. Make sure to enjoy life. But that's pretty awesome. I'm sure you'll have no trouble getting finding dev work later. Oh, you can age them up to kids? Interesting. The problem is, like, it's really hard to find them in The Sims. Like, if you don't have your partner move into the same household, you're just like, where is my baby? Just make them watch kids all the time. Even harder than Sim Kids. Back on topic. Yeah, I don't know how we got. Yeah, we're talking about kids and listening to the Sims 2 soundtrack. Just really got off topic, but so what I'm doing is, so I'm trying to get rid of that awkward ledge there. Let me get some more water. Garrett, welcome. We were just talking about raising kids. Blue Fires. Put the link to the Blue Fire thing. Let me see that. Oh, by the way, a shout out to Alienware for Alienware is providing me with 2 laptops to use at Indie PopCon. So I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you, Alienware, for that for the equipment. I think they got a new Alienware TV, so check that out. Anyway. Okay, I think that is a little better. I like that as a ceiling. I wonder if this one's too busy now. This looks really weird. Maybe it's fine. Totally not sponsored. A conversation at a children's hospital. Basically, a 16-month-old allegedly opened a baby-proofing door for a staircase. Yikes! 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 Yeah, those are... Yikes. I think I know what the issue is, which is that's actually, that ledge is too high up. That's why cats are a good option. What is this useful Unity class? Hey, Calvin's Dilemma. Hello, how's it going? Every time someone says mate, I just think they're from Australia. But Calvin, how you doing? Oh, come on, where are we? What's system info? Oh, interesting. I guess I can use that when playtesting to get... Yeah, yeah, we're just kind of doing some level design. Mostly tweaking little things here that look kind of weird. Yes, that is good. Because I think what I might do is put that in the debug. Look into setting up like a debug printout or something. Calvin's Dilemma. I think this is the first time I'm seeing you here in the stream, so welcome, and thanks for stopping by. Do you know about the game, or you're randomly browsing? Or maybe you've been here on the stream before. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, come on. I'm getting... You know what we need to do is I need to turn off this section. Ah, okay, it's not. Yes. Yes, dealing with another Unity editor issue. A follower. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. In that case, welcome back. Okay, let's see here. So I totally messed up. Yeah, you know what? We fucked that up. So just go ahead and delete that. And Whoa, what the hell? Constantly claims system namespace doesn't exist. Okay, that's strange. I think we probably already used that information somehow. I would. Yeah, if you find weird things with Unity, definitely report it. I think they're actually pretty good with bug fixing. So don't use autocomplete. What about your fingers? So I was talking to somebody this morning, and they were really that worked in games PR, and they were really not. You know, I was thinking about going to PAX Prime, and they were not so enthusiastic about that idea. I mean, you just said there's so many games there now. It's hard to justify the rate of return on that, the return on investment for that. And yeah, there's just so many indie games showing at those events. I think, and they're so expensive. Like, I think people go just hoping that like Total Biscuit notices the game or something, but I don't know. I feel like there are better ways to do it than $8,000 and a week away from development. Hey, tea sipping zombie. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Were you talking about the conference? About the conference? Yeah, no, it's just hard though. I mean, I think the best thing would be if I think Steve Swink did that. He was just like making changes. Reason he gets what? He gets very few hits when he covers indie stuff. Hello, good evening, tea sipping zombie. Assuming you are in the UK. I mean, both because it's evening and because you sip tea. Don't court big YouTubers. See, but like, what is the path to indie game marketing nowadays? It's not. People don't read websites. Right, yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, so Steve Swink did that thing where he was like making changes live on, you know what's super fucking cool? This. Like, this is an accident right now, but doesn't that look awesome? Just the way, like, walking through this space feels very cool. What do they call this? What's the architecture term for... There's like a word for it. It's like an overhang, but not an overhang, but Frank Lloyd Wright used it. Is that a fancy word? Anyway, not an overhang. It's got another word. It's all about positive selling yourself. Uberhang. Yeah, no, Steve was sort of making changes and getting feedback, but I honestly prefer not doing it like that. So it's not the edge of glass. No, yeah, definitely. But the thing is, I do need to close it off, so I can't do it here. But I want to save that for another level. The thing is, I think ideally, you know, if Sony wants cantilever. That's it. That is it. Thank you, Rob Lockhart. Yes. Yeah, that's stuff like this. Create attention is a way. So anyway, if Sony wants to bring the game to PAX Prime, that would be awesome. But yes. But I think for me, I think the approach is to create your own audience. I think that's really the key. I don't know if that's gonna be successful, but for me, I really enjoy streaming development and having a community. I think I'm much more interested in, you know, not trying to reach a ton with like a big website, but more having people that are actually interested in the game and what's happening here. So I can tell you, game design is dominated by marketing. It is. It has to be. You see a lot of talks now about how do you make your game streamer friendly? How do you make your game fun to watch? And I don't know if I always agree with that. I mean, people say like, you got to make sure you leave a little section. If you're doing like an RPG game, you have to leave section here for streamers to put their camera, so you want to leave like a little block at the HUD. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that there are a lot of people who are interested in Manifold Garden, and just the way that when I saw the trailer for Inception, I was like, I've got to see that. And I think that this game tickles the same, scratches the same itch. Hey, Junior Kiss, thank you for the follow. Yes, I'm the create your own audience bandwagon as well, but I worry that it won't be enough. Well, the snapping option you use comes from no, that is actually, which one are you talking about? There's a Pro Grid, the snapping. I do vertex snapping too, which is just which comes with Unity. It guarantees income, but it ruins creativity. Two sides of the same coin. Yeah. And I just don't think I can work with that in that environment, you know? Like, I'm sort of just betting that, if it's good and you do not need to worry. Yeah, like, I think a game like... In a way, I'm sort of lucky. This game is sort of weird enough that I feel like there's not a whole lot of 3D indie games. I might be wrong. Right, I feel like we've got The Witness, and there's not been a whole lot of other... There's not a whole lot of indie 3D games that are close to completion, at least quite at the same level. I suppose Scale, Memory of a Broken Dimension. I was gonna say No Man's Sky, but I don't think they're really indie. I mean, they are, but more like they're just on a bit of an exception too. Hey, Wyatt Sanders, welcome. I'm worried that my game won't be good enough. You gotta take time, and it's all about the long tail. That's what everybody's been telling me. It's got a long tail, and I think the best defense is is having a good game, because that ensures you have a good long tail. They are definitely indie. I just mean like that game's pre-order, like first of all they're very different because like you don't see that many indie games going for $60, and their pre-orders are selling better than some indie games that are finished, than a lot of indie games that are finished. So that's really exceptional. Right. I mean, I really love. People are like, "Oh man, that game's got too much hype. It's gonna be bad," and I'm like, "Dude, no. I would love to have that much hype." Yeah, they are new indie. Let's not get too. Whoa, it's $70 in Europe. Wow. I wonder if that's just the taxes thing. Well, if it's $70 in Europe, it's probably like $100 in Australia. I don't understand that thing. Why, man, Australians just get such a bad deal with software pricing. Wow, this Sims 2 music has gotten very strange. Maybe we're in like the party section. With another great indie game made publicly. I've actually never heard of that game, Journicus. I don't know if Grow Home is actually indie. Like, wasn't that published by Ubisoft? I think like that and Child of Light are Ubisoft's way of going into Unity. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the engine actually makes a difference. Joe Danger, yeah, that was so interesting too. That you'd think it's like they have been making games similar, but no, their last game was like a motorcycle game. Monument Valley is, yeah. Well, Monument Valley, you also want to realize like they were in a very special situation, right? It's like they're this studio that had been making apps for clients, and it was oh wait, Ezra made by Camouflage, the guy who made Memory of a Broken Dimension, worked on it. Oh, it's very cool. Okay, Ezra's passed, but they were doing, so they had been very successful with making apps for clients, and were just like, we want to have our own IP and not be working stuff for other people. And they were like, okay, we're gonna set a small team, and you guys just only work on. Oh, Ezra, you've been lurking. Ezra, you need to stream at some point too. By the way, Ezra is working on Memory of a Broken Dimension, and as we've just learned, worked on Republique. Very cool, awesome. Yeah, Journicus, and hello, Ikey87, welcome. Google and Netflix. What is Google and Netflix? And to go series Hitman and Laura go, yes. City Skylines, indie spirit type thing. But, oh yeah, Overland is 3D. That's true. That's true. And, yeah, as we were just talking about, sort of indie 3D games, kind of mentioned, your game, Scale, and I guess Overland. But yeah, it's not super popular. Spire, that's still in development. Xeno. Publishers want to... Hey, welcome, Xeno, by the way. Hello. Publishers want to try and move the term indie to mean already a little bit alternative so that they can capitalize on the success of the indie scene. Hey, Smokelore. Welcome. Enter the Gungeon. What was going on with the Monument Valley devs IP stuff? Well, no, they just decided to make their own, but they were like, it was very much, okay, the rest of the studio, you guys were going to keep doing client work, and you guys are going to make, you know, you guys are going to do a game and not worry about funding. And that was cool, and it turned out well. It worked out really well for them. Oh, Abzu looks beautiful. He was the art director that worked on Journey. Like craft beer. Didn't EA have an indie push? I'm not sure what you mean by that. You mean making weird games for a while? Tetrapulse. Is Tetrapulse still in development? Indie companies actually make apps and do, yes. Actually, that is what, oh man, Matthew Donatelli, what is his game? Hike Jump. Oh man, Hive Jump. But they make, that studio, they make like My Little Pony games for Hasbro, and then kind of are funding their own IP on the side. I'm actually kind of curious, like, has any indie games switched to become AAA? And I can't really think of many that have done that. Raymarch, your game will be 3D. It's because most people don't put the time. Yeah. No, and I think that's right. I'm just saying that it's starting to become a separate. But people tend to do that, you know. It's like Flash games have an aesthetic to it, even though it's really just a tool. Epic Mega Games. Is Epic Games Epic? Right, Minecraft. Oh, yeah. The VR market's kind of interesting, you know. I mean, when I was at GDC, people were talking about VR like, hey, you know, if you just want money, like Facebook is throwing money at VR games. So go, like, if you don't care, like, they just want games on their shelf, and yeah, I'm not judging anyone for that, like, whatever, you know, you feel is right. Oh, you know what? This looks really fucking cool, actually. I like this. So obviously we need stairs, we need to extend this down. Enter the Gungeon is Unity and Indie. Yeah. Who isn't and why they aren't picked up? What are you talking about, Sipping Zombie? You jump and run again with a level editor. LOL being owned partially by Tencent. Oh yeah. So yeah, if you want to make money, you should go cash in on that VR bubble. Smaller market. Well, actually, I think it's not even the consumers. I think it's the companies, the platforms trying to add to that. Oh, Blizzard was indie once. Yeah, but I'm like, no, certainly like Doom, like id was, you know, just a bunch of guys, and then they became massive. And I guess Ubisoft was just like some brothers. I'm just curious how come they're wondering if there's been like big recent successes in the indie scene that led to them becoming the like next Ubisoft. You know, I'm just curious why that isn't, why aren't we seeing that, or maybe that just takes a much longer time. My They are working on VR games for adult games for VR. Yeah, you're getting money from a platform. You know, that's probably going to be the big driving force. Adult VR game, but let's not talk about that here. Talk about it somewhere else. Yeah. Personally, I think the ideal situation as a dev, like a really fantastic one, is if you're similar to what and obviously this is like a dream setup, is kind of what Kojima is doing with Sony. Alright, Beep to Bleep, are you heading out? I will see you later. Have you thought about a procedural music system in MG before? Yes, I have, and that is something I would like to do, actually. Actually, the Charlie Huguenot used to work at Phenomena, but he made this drone system. And I actually am thinking about doing something like that. So we would, of course, need stairs. Procedural music, more just like dynamically changing it as you're playing. No, because then you have like Kojima's a brand, but I just mean like not only does he have his name and this like seems to be very loyal following, but you have the support of the platform, right? Sony is like, he's basically a first-party developer, which means he's gonna get a ton of marketing support. And that basically solves, I think, a pretty significant chunk of his dev problems. Every music procedural, every note procedural. Every melody procedural. Every beat procedural. Every instrument procedural. Man, that disco section is getting a little bit too much. We might end up with too many steps in this level. Oh, neat. The F-mod. Yeah, I kind of want to start setting that up. Phantom Pain. They showed who worked on the level you're about to play. It's a good attempt to show to people who don't care about game development that Kojima did not make the game on his own. Yeah, who made Metal Gear Solid? Who's the guy? There might be too many stairs in this level. Well, I think it actually just causes performance issues because then we have like too many blocks. Too many objects. Nintendo also does a lot. Dynamically match to the background music chords. Right. Oh, interesting. How, Raymarch, how do you do that? So do you have to have, like, is that fast enough? I guess you'd get the Fourier transform or something for the... You'd have to get the chord, you have to... Do you, like... Like, what I mean is, do you have to figure out all the chords beforehand, or can you grab them later and you grab them at runtime and then just pick from a bunch of notes that match that? I'm just wondering how you would go about doing that. And hey, F Kids, hello. C418 or Disaster Piece. Oh, so you gotta tag the chords per time. Can you not do it at runtime? Well, you should just ask. I know. I've met C418 a few times. Really cool guy. Hey, Red Hades Montreal. Hello, welcome back. We're just talking about dynamic music. Okay. Interesting. Why not? Why didn't you? Is it not possible to do that at runtime? Oh, you're composing the music anyways. Oh, everybody's a big fan of Disaster Piece here. Yes. Whoa. Okay, so that's interesting. It's a little intense. I'm getting a pretty big performance hit, though. Hyperlight Drifter music. Oh, we should listen to them on some time. Trailer edited and directed by you know what, I like this. So we are going to keep this and just deal with the performance stuff later, because I could always just not render them. Yeah, there's ways to save this. It's not like there is a case where you don't know the chords that are playing, even if I don't compose it myself. Well, if I don't compose the music, how would I figure out the chords, though? Unless I had like if I wasn't musically inclined. Red Hades Montreal, how you doing, by the way, today? Any sort of occlusion culling? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Right, no, but I mean, how do you tag the chords though if you can't figure out what chord it is from listening? That's what I mean. Yes, there are. I won't, eventually there will be a system to do it. I just don't want to do it right now. The occlusion culling, I mean. Oh, I see. The runtime thing. beat detection is way easier than chord detection, so just do that. Is that because Smoke Law, you're talking about because in the wave you can just, it's just like a big spike or something? Oh, I see. I gotta run. Jernicus, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for following today. Yes, and I will see you around. Imatone, yes, that's, I do know Evan, who's working on Imatone. Really cool guy. Headed out. Okay, Important Little Games, Rob. I'll see you around. By the way, Important Little Games also streams development sometimes, so give him a follow. And his fellow organizer, well, not fellow because I'm not organizing, but helps out with a Bit Bash, a game event that happens here in Chicago. So. If I wear the peaks in the music, which is usually wear the bass kick or high hat or something, find the BPM for that. Surprisingly reliable to just use the peaks. Oh, interesting, yeah. I don't know if we'll have beats with the music in this game, because I think it's I'm much more going for like a much more ambient vibe. Oh man, it's 4:43, which means we totally missed our coffee time, and I was feeling a little bit weird, but we're gonna do that now. So we're gonna make some coffee. It's coffee time. And today, since my French press is broken. Oh, Ori and the Blind Forest was also made with Unity, that's right. So my French press beaker, replacement beaker, has not arrived. I missed it, we're about 20 minutes late, but I got a very cool, I'm gonna show you guys the new, print a new one. Yes, if only I can print glass. This is, actually take a look. This is the, I don't know if that's actually, the exposure's too high. But you can kind of see there's this hole here. I think I broke it because I left it in the sink overnight and just hit a bunch of other things. But Matt Stormaline. All right, I will see you later. Thank you for stopping by. This is the lifeblood. We want this to be very accurate depiction of game development. So today we've got a very Mr. Coffee. It's a very traditional way of making coffee. Really a lost art, in my opinion. And as is appropriate with this machine, we've got to use really the best coffee, the one that fuels America. Dunkin' Donuts original blend, by the way. I used a French press. I did use a French press, but I broke my beaker, and the replacement one is still on the way. All right. First, I use a filter. I use True Brew. I think $200. 200 of them for like $2 or something. Oh, and by the way, it is medium roast. Alright, so actually I have a... One thing I haven't figured out with this grinder is what's the best way to open it up? Am I supposed to like tip it over and then let it out into this lid and then dump it in? Well, yeah, usually what I do is I do that and then I like scoop in the rest. And I guess you're supposed to clean it after every use, but I don't really bother. So we've got the water poured into the back. And we turn it on. Energy drinks are not coffees marketed to gamers, programmers. Alright, light roast. Let me see, I was thinking we could be friends. Ah, RK Sanders and Wyatt Sanders, 2 Sanders. Alright, coffee doesn't need marketing, yep. One-quarter light roast French vanilla coffee, 3/4 hot whole milk, 3 teaspoons caramel macchiato sweetener. Wow, that's really intense. Pausing the music. This is very important. Yes, it's what keeps the game going. So now let's go back to. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take a quick break, and I'll be right back in just a few minutes. We'll wait for that coffee to brew. Right. Holy Siberia, how did I miss the announcement of the second part release? Siberia's 3, wow. It is still Sims 2 music, yes. 4 out of 10. Usually, I always associate with classical music with my dentist, because that's what she would play. I gotta get these back on. By the way, so a good tip for those of you who are planning on streaming is to take regular breaks. 2 really helpful. I recommend maybe like 5 minutes every hour or something. Where did we put our stairs? Alright. Hey, Raycat Rakitra. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the channel. Hey, Estos. Cool. What is Estos? By the way, I think first time seeing you here. Feel free to introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about what you've been up to. I see you're a Turbo user, fellow Turbo user. Sometimes people ask me, what's the point of Turbo? And I say, it's just to make your username stand out. 15 for every hour is ideal. No one lets you do that at work. 15 for every hour? 3 to 15. Really, I think for like 5 minutes every hour is good. That ends up being 20 minutes every hour, but... Ugh. I really hate this. Six degrees of separation. I used to be part of the Indie City Co-op. David Lasky is a cool guy. Yes. Wow, one of the streamers you followed hosted me. Wow, very, very cool. Who's the streamer? I don't, I might have missed the notification for the, unless it's Aaron Easley. I haven't missed that. But, hello, by the way. And, welcome. Yeah. Yeah, David Lasky is a really cool guy. Unfortunately, he's no longer working on the project, but yeah, I see him in Chicago. We're still friends, of course. Should I mail yourself the same letter every day? Yeah, very cool. Aaron's a super cool guy. Yes. Okay, so what I've right now is I'm placing these steps for the ceiling area, and I think that just makes it a lot more interesting. And Raycat, are you a developer as well? Well, I guess you were at the Indie City Co-op as well. How come, and why used to? Did you move away from Chicago or no longer in the indie game development scene? Okay, what is this guy? Is there some talks about going outside? That's always good. Have I seen Megasphere? Yes, that's Anton Kutin's game. Looks very cool. Also heavily inspired by Blame, which is another manga. Alright, gonna try out this Mr. Coffee. Ooh. Okay, Garrett, have fun outside. Be careful out there. If Skyrim is accurate, there seems to be lots of dangerous objects, creatures. Play the demo. Yeah. It seems really cool. It's a roguelike, right? Am I correct, Zeus? Gotta get that sunscreen. Take the sword, yes. And these health potions. Home away from home, but I also had a full-time job, means they didn't show up enough times for it to be worthwhile. But yeah, totally a dev. Just trying to home your artistic skills. Okay, well, very cool. Hopefully I will see you at some other meetups. There's Bit Bash is also very cool. Yeah, that sword's a little offset. Oh man, I am digging. So this is, we're adding really a lot of complexity to this level. I'm a fan. So yeah, I think it just sort of makes it grab your attention a little more. And yeah, I like this a lot. Alright, so here what happens is we're gonna have the player come out of this section. And again, we're seeing some shadows. Are we seeing some shadows? Yeah. Literal foreshadowing of what's going to happen outside. I'm not a huge, so this is a bit of a problem, and I don't know if you guys have any. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, never mind. So I was saying, like, I really didn't like the way that it dropped, but I had to because it had to be in the middle. But it turns out the middle is actually here. So I don't know why I put that there in the first place. So, never mind. Ah, yeah, Garrett already has a sword. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end the stream kind of soonish, but I think before we wrap it up, we should do a raid on someone we haven't raided before, and I think that would be kind of cool. They're just getting started, so we'll do that in a bit. I still have got a few more minutes. What? Hey, Parsnip, hello, welcome. How do... and Garrett, yeah, your company is a sword. What do I use for reverse source control? I use Perforce. No, I don't use Git. I did not enjoy Git. There's one time I put in the wrong command and ended up like losing a ton of work, and it was just, I've had such a bad experience with Git. But yes, I do not Git. I use source control. Well, what I say about Git is I used to think I hate source control, but it turns out I just hate Git. No, I don't, yeah, it just didn't work for me, you know? And I had this one problem with GitHub. So GitHub had a limit of file sizes being 100 megabytes. Really? Oh man, Lexi, you guys are using Git, but doesn't, so there's like a size limit, right? 100, so I was having a problem with my scenes. So maybe I should be, maybe it was GitHub, and I should be using source tree. I still, yeah. Yeah, we have Michael Block. He's currently working on the game We Are Chicago from the Indie City Co-op, and Michael runs the local server, and he's really wonderful. So, yeah. So fortunate with that. Yeah, but yes, Garrett, thanks for the reminder, because obviously you have that. I don't think it's a Git limit. I think it's a GitHub limit. Ah, okay. So probably should have just... I think it was more... Right, so maybe I should change my statement to... I used to think I hate Git, but it turns out I hate Git command line. Remotes don't have to use GitHub. Yep. You want to drink plenty of water when you're streaming. I'm trying to have like 2 containers of water on my desk. Go through each of them twice. I do not have anything planned for issue tracking. I want to do something with... I use Trello. But yeah, Parsnip, do you have any suggestions? Parsnip, are you also a fellow game developer? Yeah, if people have suggestions on stuff to use for tracking issues, that would be great. I know some devs just have it where it like goes to their email, but I don't. I think having something go up on Trello would be a lot easier. We can assign someone to the task right away. But yeah, I'm starting beta testing soon, and that's definitely something to start thinking about. Yeah, for me, the source control is not too bad because I'm only working with, like, at most... Well, at one point we had 2 programmers on the project. 3, including me. Pick up this box. Whee! Say soon? Jira. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Hack and plan. Trello and GitHub issues are good. Oh, is you gonna post your... I know what you're gonna do. Use monolith. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I just don't want, like, the same issue getting a ton of stuff. I think you might, maybe the, I wonder if the gold one works. This is a cool level, eh? Bugify is good too, but not free. Yeah, like, because there are some bugs that I know exist already, and I don't need, like, 30 million notifications on the same thing. So yeah, you'd come out here. So this is the view. What do you guys think? Obviously that thing in front, that would not be here. We should just get rid of that. Develop desktop applications, worked a little with Unreal Engine in the past. Regarding issue tracking, it would be really it really depend on how simple or complex you want things to be. Some free servers like GitHub have what is basically a flat list style. Something like Jira provides tons of options with options to make issue trees. with lots of flags. Some people don't like it though. So like one of the things is, hey man, Wolf Axebox, welcome to the stream by the way. Use both Jira and Trello. Trello is quick and easy, but not. So like one of the things that I want to do is, okay, first let me get rid of that thing I was looking at. This room. Yeah, so this is where I'm basically not using it anymore. It also, like, okay, so the way I want to do something is, I'll take a second. It takes a lot of work to get a fluid workflow. Yeah, I mean, if it's just the two of us, that might not be a huge thing. So, well, this is taking forever to load. Once this is done loading, I'll show you guys kind of one of the things that I have planned. Okay, Garrett, go get some sun. Take your sword with you. Wow, what is... Okay. Not sure why that was holding it up so much. But, okay, let me check this out. Ezra, hack plan have any source of burn down graph thing? What's burn down graph? But yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking about, we'll kind of be working on tools for that and figuring stuff out. So this is, some people talked about unit tests. It's another thing I need to look at. Like some sort of testing that doesn't involve me playing through the entire game would be very helpful. Show estimated time versus actual time a task took. Nice. Naughty Dog Inc. is now following. Wow, welcome. I wonder if that is the official Naughty Dog channel. I would be very honored. But I'm honored even if you're not the official Naughty Dog channel. Yeah, welcome to the stream. How far out things get pushed. Oh, I see. Okay, so if Trello works better for smaller projects. So yeah, the one thing I want to do with this is like as people are playing, if they run into a bug, I want them to be able to hit a hotkey, which would pause the game. And hey Sam, what's up, man? Like we're talking about QA stuff, so I want you to like you can hit a hotkey, and what it should do is you take a screenshot, save the like a low-res screenshot, save the player position and rotation and which level is currently loaded. And then, you know, and then a box can pop up and the player can type in what the issue is and it'll just store that. And then when they can send it to me, I can go through that and look and it should automatically put it inside Trello. Hey, Zeus Monolith, thanks for stopping by. See you around. So I think that's the kind of pipeline I want to work with. And I feel like this level is really freaking complicated. I think that's a good thing. I'm hoping it's not too overwhelming. It feels important. But yeah, so the player is going to right, so the idea is you kind of come out here and this is the first thing you see. I think that's pretty spectacular. Oh shit. Yeah, I think this is a pretty spectacular view. It's about hour in. Okay. Peace out, Zeus. Yeah. You see, I'm losing the... You can pay attention to the steps at the bottom of the screen. I'm losing the edge detection there. Like, it's here, but... Oh, by the way, Lexi did send me a new shader that is... supposedly gets more details, and I need to, at some point, implement this. Yeah. Let's actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and start... I think a good way to wrap this up. If you want to attack lots of fields, we're gonna start from World 001. If you want to attack lots of fields to an issue, which can be options such as the level, the version, error code, be able to sort and filter issues based on these custom fields. Jira allows you to, oh, I see. Oh, I see. Got it. Is so Smokelord, can you guys and Parson, can you just talk about sort of what, if I do go with Jira, what's some of the stuff I need to be aware of? Like, it's not free, and it's just gonna take me some time to get that set up. Is that it? And hey, Miracle CS, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Okay, Verb Noun followed 2 hours ago. I think I missed that shout out. But thank you. But you know, I think what I might do is have like a watermark at the top of the screen, top right, and it would show the build of the game. And that way it would always be, I can get that information from the... Alright, see you later, Sam. From the screenshot, but yeah, I guess I wouldn't be able to tag or sort based on that. Okay, Linzel, thanks for stopping by. It was great to swing by your stream earlier. Hope to see you stream more often. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes. Alright, good luck with that, Lidzel. If I sit down for a couple hours and read a little of the docs and just fool around with stuff, you can figure out how and what you can do with Jira pretty easily. Okay, it sounds like we might, yeah, I don't have any saving implemented yet, so that's a bit of a problem. I just tell people to, like, no-clip their way around, but, yeah, Parson, that sounds like, it sounds like our stuff is gonna get complicated enough that it would warrant that, I see. Okay, well, I'll start looking at that. I think probably not until like mid-July, because we're still my focus right now is on E3. But yeah, thanks guys for the tips. This is really, really helpful. We're definitely... I think it's good, and no, it's good. It's good to finally be moving into that stage in the development of the game where that stuff is really important. But man, it's a ton of work. Tea Sipping Zombie, thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out. It was fun chatting, and I'll hope to see you around. Okay, at Proto Buff? Is that the name of the game? Being good about tagging. Make sure you mark things in progress when you're working on them to avoid redundancy. Mark things in progress when you're working on them to avoid redundancy? Legible formatting and just oh yeah, I see. Yeah, it sounds like it'd be worthwhile to invest in that. So, alright, see ya, Lidzell. Protobuff is a serializer, okay. Who does the game art? Hey, Bell, John, Paul. I do. Well, right now I'm doing everything. Coding, programming, art. Yeah, I've been working on this game for about 3.5 years now. Mostly on my own. I've had a few contract programmers help out. Get someone... so yeah, let me go through this. And I'm gonna no-clip to the other side so you guys don't... Yeah, I mean, the game art is really just the geometry, which is all cubes, boxes, and, non-game developments of later and what products you might end up using. Yeah, I do spend, I mean, so the thing is, it's like, the thing is, I just want to work on level design, right? That's like, ideally, that's all I focus on, but I'm not a big studio, and I don't have the budget to have a producer to do QA, and so the programmer will help taking off the, like, that's the biggest thing. All the other stuff, it's not that bad for me to get into, but I feel with code, that's really something that you can only be the most efficient at when it's something you think about every day. So that just has the portal leading you into the next world in there. It needs to not disappear. How long is the reach to dog? You need to be pretty close. It's about like 4 units. It's like here. Like close enough where you rotate onto it, you don't fall down. So, now, I think we're gonna do with itch.io and just be like, some of you guys play version A and some of you guys play version B. So, yeah, I want to focus. So yeah, the programmer. So that was tough with the personnel change. So all of these levels have the door at the bottom, and I'm not sure how best to lead people to that. Like, I wonder if at some point you're just like, you drop down and you'd see this door. Maybe I can have doors on all 4 corners. I don't know what purpose that would serve. This needs to be a little bit more epic too, I think. This door. Which we'll do that. We'll do that tomorrow. Yeah. Anyway, let's finish up. Let's wrap up the stream. We're wrapping up the stream now, but thanks everybody who stopped by. If you enjoyed the stream, you should definitely follow the channel. Like he said, I'm William. I'm working this game, Manifold Garden. It's a first-person exploration puzzle game coming out to PC, PS4, and I stream development on this channel pretty regularly, basically every weekday, 3 p.m. Central Time or 2000 hour UTC. And yeah, I'm also on Twitter, and you can see the social media overlay, other side, that side. Cool. I don't know if we, before we stop by, I think Starlight Skies is another game developer. I think she's currently working on some art. So we'll swing over and to see, swing over to her channel, and I'll hang out there for a bit. So we'll do a raid. So just take that raid. It's cookies all the way down. So, but yes, thank you everyone for stopping by, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright, bye everyone.